Welcome to our channel where we bring you bedtime stories for toddlers. Today, we will read a calm and soothing story which will help your little one drift off to dreamland. So turn off the lights, snuggle up with your kids, and let's dive into today's story. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake lived a family of hedgehogs. In this delightful story, we will meet a hedgehog mother and her two adorable children named Harry and Hazel. They were known throughout the village for their kindness and love for their fellow creatures. The mama hedgehog had soft spines like velvet and a heart even softer. She would spend her days collecting berries and yummy bugs for her little ones and her nights reading them enchanting bedtime stories. One evening, after a particularly tiring day, Mama Hedgehog sat down with her prickly pillows ready to tell another captivating tale. But before she began, Harry asked, "Oh, Mama, please tell us about the magical fireflies. How do they light up the night sky?" Mama Hedgehog smiled. That reminds me of a story that happened long ago in the Whispering Woods. Now, in the days of yore, the woods were dark and scary at night, and all the forest animals huddled in their homes, shaking in their boots whenever they heard a twig snap or an owl hoot. However, deep in the woods lived a grumpy old tree spirit who felt neglected by the frightened animals. He missed the playful chatter and joyous songs of the daytime. "Oh, how I wish," he sighed, "someone would come and light up my woods at night, so I wouldn't be so lonely." As if by magic, a tiny glowing light appeared on a leaf nearby. It was a firefly, the first of its kind in the forest. The old tree spirit was overjoyed. "You have brought light and hope to my lonely nights. I am grateful beyond words. From now on, your kind will be known as magical fireflies, bringing joy and wonder to all who see you." And with that, the old tree spirit waved his magic wand, and poof, each firefly sparkled with a new-found magic, lighting up the night sky with their enchanting glow. From then on, the forests echoed with the happy squeals of the young hedgehog playing hide-and-seek amongst the firefly-filled trees. The grumpy old tree spirit was no longer lonely, and the magical fireflies became the guardians of the Whispering Woods. Then it was time for Mama Hedgehog to tell another story. Hazel asked, "Oh, Mama, can we hear about the brave little mouse who saved the forest?" Mama Hedgehog nodded and said, "This is a tale that happened just last year in these very woods." Deep in the Whispering Woods, a brave little mouse named Milo made his home in a cozy burrow beneath the roots of an ancient oak tree. One crisp autumn day, while gathering acorns for the winter, Milo stumbled upon something strange. A thick black tar had seeped from a broken tree and was slowly engulfing the forest floor. Concerned for his woodland home, Milo scurried to the wise old owl perched atop the oak tree and explained what he had seen. The wise old owl hooted thoughtfully. "That, my dear Milo, is no ordinary tar. It is the sticky sludge of the dreaded gloom monster. If it covers the forest floor, the plants will wither and die, and the gloom monster grows stronger with each leaf it engulfs." Realizing the danger, Milo knew he had to act fast. He raced back to his burrow and gathered his fellow mice. Together, they formed a plan. As the gloom monster slithered closer, the mice scurried out of their burrows, each carrying a tiny acorn. They marched bravely towards the monster and began tossing their acorns one by one onto its back. Startled by the sudden attack and confused by the falling acorns, the gloom monster lashed out with its sludge, but the quick-footed mice dodged its grasp. Enraged and overwhelmed by the persistent rodents, the gloom monster retreated back into the forest, leaving behind a trail of glistening sludge. The next day, sunlight streamed through the forest canopy, warming the soft earth, and the plants perked up their drooping heads, their leaves sparkling with morning dew. The animals of the whispering woods gathered around the oak tree to thank Milo. The wise old owl hooted, "Your bravery has saved our forest. Milo, you are truly a hero." And from that day on, Milo was known throughout the land as the hero mouse who saved the forest. Then it was time for one last story before bed. Harry asked, "Oh, Mama, can you tell us about the bunny who learned to share?" Mama Hedgehog smiled and said, "This is a very important lesson we must all remember." In a meadow filled with daisies and dandelions lived a happy family of bunnies. There was Papa Bunny, who loved to hop and skip, Mama Bunny, who was the best carrot cutter in the whole wide world, and their little baby bun named Hopscotch. Now, Hopscotch was a very sweet bunny, but he had one tiny problem. He didn't like to share his toys with the other bunnies. He would often say, "All these toys are mine, and you can't play with them." One sunny afternoon, while playing in the meadow, Hopscotch met a wise old turtle named Shelly. Seeing Hopscotch's frown, Shelly asked, "Little bunny, why the long-faced?" Hopscotch sighed, "I wish all these beautiful flowers were mine. I want to be the only bunny in the meadow." Shelly looked at Hopscotch with her wise old eyes and said, "My dear Hopscotch, sometimes wanting things to be ours alone can make us forget the joy of friendship and sharing." Hopscotch thought about her words as they hopped along. Suddenly, a group of bunnies approached them with worried faces. "Hopscotch," they said, "we couldn't find any carrots in the meadow. Would you please share some from your garden?" Hopscotch hesitated, then remembered his mother's words. Sharing brings happiness. So he led the bunnies to his secret patch of carrots, and they all happily munched on the juicy vegetables together. From that day on, Hopscotch understood the importance of sharing. He played with all the bunnies in the meadow, and their friendship grew stronger than ever before. And that, my little ones, is the importance of sharing. As the final embers of the fireflies faded into the night, Mama Hedgehog nuzzled her sleeping hedgehogs. "Remember, my loves," she whispered, "the world is full of magic, bravery, and kindness. Keep these lessons in your hearts and you will light up the world." And with that, the hedgehogs dreamed of magical fireflies, brave mice, and sharing carrots in a meadow filled with daisies. The end. And that was our story for tonight. We hope you enjoyed listening to these calming and soothing tales as much as the little hedgehogs did. These stories not only entertain, but also impart valuable life lessons like sharing, bravery, and kindness. We understand how important it is for toddlers to develop these qualities, and we're glad our stories can play a part in that. If you're looking for more bedtime stories for your little ones, don't forget to check out our channel. We've got a treasure trove of enchanting tales that are sure to captivate your kids. Plus, we regularly add news stories to keep your toddlers engaged and coming back for more. So go ahead, give it a look. Before we say goodbye, we want to send a big thank you to all our viewers. Your support means the world to us and inspires us to keep bringing you wonderful stories. Now, it's story time in our household. We'd love to hear about your bedtime routines and the stories you share with your children. Pop a comment down below and let's chat. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more enchanting bedtime stories. Sweet dreams, little ones. and happy reading to all our wonderful viewers. We'll see you soon with another captivating tale.